Pauline started concocting in her home, like plant-based milks. Her fridge, her pandemic fridge was full of concoctions of teas and brewed teas. And she was like, I think I found a formulation that really works.
With Empress, I think we've always considered it to be a platform to be able to share Taiwanese ingredients with the world.
Let's see what else is on the menu.
我觉得这个就是因为那个回不了家，然后所以最后就会变成，我觉得那些乡愁，最后就是很多的时候就是用那些味道来去追忆跟去怀念。
Hello and welcome to Connected. I'm Divya Gopalan. Now, Taiwan has a vibrant culinary landscape serving as a gateway to its culture and heritage. So in this special episode, we invite you on a journey through some of our films on food. You may have had a taste of some of these features, but we'd like to treat you to the pleasure of enjoying the full meal. In this episode of our UNCUT series for the summer, these stories about Taiwanese cuisine will give you a glimpse of how food can be an inspiration for life-changing choices. How do you take your tea? Well, few things scream Taiwan-made more than boba milk tea or bubble tea. Enjoying this drink while munching on crispy popcorn, chicken drizzled with peppery hot sauce is the quintessential Taiwan experience. Now, this iconic night market combo has transcended borders, captivating taste buds worldwide. While bubble tea has achieved global fame, it's the humble street fare that has inspired a wave of innovative startups. We connected with some of them.
Pauline and I have been friends for 20 plus years. About 15 years ago, we talked about starting a food company, and when the pandemic hit, we basically went back to our roots. We wanted to look for something that we were nostalgic for, which is boba milk tea and milk tea. Our moms had made it for us. And when the shops all closed, everything shut down, Pauline started concocting in her home, like plant-based milks. Her fridge, her pandemic fridge was full of concoctions of teas and brewed teas. And she was like, I think I found a formulation that really works. And a bit of naiveness, we were like, okay, let's join forces. Let's like take it to market. Let's package it. You know how to design. She was a food and packager for 20 plus years. I know how to do marketing. Like, we can totally take this. We can like go nationwide. Everyone will want this amazing formulation that she created. So that was sort of the beginning of our journey into doing the TWRL Milk Tea startup.
That like color that were on the headgear back in the day. Hot sauce was kind of a lucky situation. So when we first moved back to Taiwan, my partner Alex, he was really missing a lot of the sauces that he would have in the US. And so for one day, he was shopping at the wet market in Shiling, and he saw mangoes, like aiwen mango, next to chili peppers. And he's like, oh, well, why don't I try to make something for myself? And so he made a couple batches, and it actually tasted pretty decent. So we started gifting it to friends for Christmas who were visiting from the US. And like, lo and behold, they wanted to bring more back to the States. And that's kind of how we fell into hot sauce as a product and then as a business.
So a bit of the challenges was one, just for starting during the pandemic. You know, not very many places were open. So just formulating, actually testing and getting feedback from consumers, having to do all of that online. The second would be actually just entering retail shops. You know, right when we started, there were no trade shows, there were no people gatherings people were really focused on getting toilet paper or like marinara sauce, right? They were really focused on boba milk tea. Other challenges were we actually created a whole new category. So milk tea, boba milk tea, tea lattes is what we are. That whole category does not exist in the mainstream retail grocery stores. When we started 2.5 years ago, Nielsen's wasn't even tracking this category. We created this category, and now buyers are so excited about it.
I think with every startup, at least in our sake, because it's our first business, and it's in a field that we weren't really super familiar with, we had a pretty steep learning curve, I would say, because we're learning how to be an entrepreneur, and we're learning how to do it in a new country, and we're learning how to do it with a new product. And so what's been really helpful is just kind of being able to find incredible partners who are, patient with us and really kind of holding our hand and teaching us how food is done in Taiwan. I think Taiwan has a really stringent food program, which I think is great. And I think that also allows us to be very clear on like what we can do, what we can't do. But I think getting to know it in the beginning, maybe it was language as well, was a little bit challenging just to understand. The government actually has set up a bunch of classes for food producers like us or food brands like us, and that's been really helpful to just be able to go there and just ask these instructors all the questions in the world, and just to make sure that we're doing things by the book.
I would say the food and beverage industry is first and foremost, I think long and hard, whether or not it's a viable product that people want. The second is to realize in a food and beverage, it's a longer game. It's many, many years. It's not as fast of an exit as a tech startup where you might just be able to like have a prototype and like maybe right away, like sell your whole engineering team to somebody. This is a little bit different, but it's really, really fun. I would say the biggest difference would be tech, you can start with no product and you can raise right away. The food and beverage category, the milestones and the leaps and hurdles that you have to show that your viability, that your ability to stay for the long haul is much higher. You have to have at least $1 million to $2 million in revenue. You have to have a product in operations. You have co-packers. You can't really raise until you have at least $1 million. And so what tech startup do you know? Do you have to have $1 million in revenue? But they can raise like 10 million or 15 million. And so I would say those are some differences in the tech startup. The hurdles are really about brand awareness and the amount of money it takes to get your product out.
One of the coolest things I think about starting a food business in Taiwan is it's such a traditional business here. Like food is a traditional business in Taiwan, and so there's a lot of people, and like the government does want to promote more healthy food for you and all natural food. And so there's actually a lot of resources that the government is willing to, or like at least different agencies are willing to share. I think starting a food business in Taiwan is, it's really ideal.
I think health as an overall trend is there. People who are busy, active. I think once you realize like how much sugar and how many calories are in our boba milk tea, like it's a great experience to have with friends, but on an everyday basis that you could have. We're all, especially in the Taiwanese culture, a lot of us are tea drinkers. That's something that's our coffee, that's our water. And so TWRL Milk Tea is that tea latte that you could have every day without feeling so guilty about it because it is lower sugar, cleaner ingredients. Tea as a whole in the US has been a really stagnant industry, very little innovation, very little change, but we were the first to bring nitro infusion to tea. We were the first to do small family farms in this capacity with pea protein, making a pea base. So those are things that we want to continue to kind of not upset, but change the narrative that there is so many better for you offerings that consumers and families and parents can have.
So with Empress, I think we've always considered it to be a platform to be able to share Taiwanese ingredients with the world. And so with all of our hot sauces, we source locally, we manufacture locally, and the goal is to actually export this internationally. And so right now we're exporting to the States, Canada, Australia, Singapore as well.
So from conception to the production of a sauce, we actually get inspired by a lot of global flavors as well as flavors that we discover in Taiwan. For pineapple miso, for example, we were actually inspired by an al pastor taco that we had in Mexico City. So we wanted to sort of pay homage to both Taiwan and Mexico when we made this kind of hot sauce. And we realized, well, we can't put pork in a bottle. So what's that kind of umami? Where is it going to come from? And then we scoured Taiwan and we found a really good local miso that provided that sort of savoriness, that saltiness, that umami base level that really helped elevate the sauce. So our pineapple miso, inspired by Mexico, using 100% Taiwanese ingredients to make a sauce that's the bestseller for us in Taiwan, as well as the bestseller in the States, which is, think of a global sauce. So our pineapples are sourced from Taiwan, our mangoes, our passion fruit juice, our hibiscus, our dragon fruit, everything that's in the sauce, especially our macao, all sourced from Taiwan. And then we have our passion fruit mustard, which is a unique blend of passion fruits, mustards, and Jamaican jerk spices, which makes the entire world kind of like sit in one bottle. So macao itself as a ingredient is very unique. We really haven't been able to find it as prominently displayed anywhere else in the world. So we're very, very happy and very, very honored to be able to sort of figure out a way to put it into a sauce and give it wider exposure on the world stage. Its flavors are unlike anything you've ever had. It actually has these sort of lemongrass citrus notes when blended together that produce a very distinct, almost lemon lime seersuckery kind of taste. But it is so unique, so wonderful that story that we get to tell about how it's wild harvested by indigenous tribes, and then we get to source it from them, get to tell their story, get to see how they've been using it, and then we get to use it in a different way to tell a different story, and allow the entire world to discover a truly unique ingredient that Taiwan offers.
So one of the reasons why we wanted to do this type of product specifically is that like Taiwan has some of the most amazing fruits in the world, and people really don't know about it. And so one of the things that we've been very excited about is the opportunity to share these stories of these farmers and all of their blood, sweat, and tears that go into these fruits, and be able to tell that story to a wider audience. And I think what's been really cool has been that like our bottles, like we're FDA, like we have the FDA label and everything, but our label in the front says La Tai Ho, right? Empress Hot Sauce. And it's still doing fine. And so I think there's always been this hesitation to be like, oh, it's a very Taiwanese, like Chinese character product, will it do okay? It's been doing fine in the States, and that's been really great to see.
I'm really proud that we can actually showcase Taiwan in a different way. One, with our Taiwan style black, just having Taiwan on the billboards of Times Square. We actually just did one where we showcased our tea lineup and we did a video. So just being able to have fun things to have Taiwan show in its own way. Overall, I think Pauline and I would love to encourage more and more entrepreneurs to think about ways that they can tie in their heritage and their own personal backgrounds to create products that are better and really delicious for others to have as well.
The true pulse of any city, particularly in Taiwan, can be felt within its busy night markets. The Michelin Guide now recognizes the invaluable contributions of street hawkers, underscoring their significance in shaping a nation's culinary history. Now, one such food mecca is the Raohe Street Night Market in Taipei. In this connected feature, we head to the heart of the vibrant lanes lined with food stands with Taiwan-based rapper Andersaucy. Take a listen.
The Taiwanese night market, a place where flavors collide, cultures converge, and memories are made. Hey everybody, it's Anderson, aka Andersaucy, and I'd like to welcome you all through a journey of Taipei's very own Raohe night market. Tonight, we're gonna get some delicious food. Whether you're looking for some dinner options or you're a night owl looking for a midnight snack, this is the place to be. You can try some of the hit classics like oyster omelet, a mixture of egg, oysters, and savory sauce, or stinky tofu. Yes, that's really what it's called, but trust me, it's pretty darn good. In fact, I'm definitely gonna have some tonight. Let's see what else is on the menu. Scallion pancake for 50 NT? Oh, that looks so good. Thank you. Check that out. You wish you could smell this right now. That's so good. By danger zone, it's like really easy to gain weight here. Let me teach you a phrase in Mandarin. 边走边吃. It means to eat while you walk. In other words, get your food to go, because that's how we do it in a Taiwanese night market. Hey, if you ever want to take a break from your 边走边吃, you can also find a place to sit and eat, just like I'm doing this right now with this shaved ice. And if you want to take a break from eating food, you can also play some games, win some prizes, like I just did now with this funny music guitar. Check it out. Saucy.
喂，有空吗？我有一点肚子饿。I'm thinking about going to the 夜市。Are you down? Sweet. See you in 10 minutes.
Yo, it's late in the evening, you're
leaning towards going out to get some grub. Well, a night market is sure to hit the spot, so meet me at the MRT stop. Delicious aromas coming from the kitchens. Is that new way? No way! Fried chicken, pepper pork buns, Taiwanese sausage, guava. I should come here more often. I might step outside of my comfort zone. Ice cream burrito with cilantro, no cone. I see grilled squid, the big ones too. Sticky tofu? Well, I don't mind if I do. Scallion pancakes, oyster omelet. Don't make me choose a favorite man that's begging for conflict. Dessert that's sweet, oh, you know me. Mango shaved ice and I add red bean. I'm bending over backwards for a cup of boba. There's so much to order, gonna get a food coma. Wait, are those donuts? And this is called a nutritious sandwich? At a night market, there's always something to do. Grab food, play a round of dart balloons. Going around looking for something to chew on, and it's so affordable, you don't even need a coupon. There's culinary art in the heart of the Taiwanese night market. So take out your map and mark it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. Peace.
So to sum it all up, the Taiwanese night market is more than just food. It's a cultural experience. Remember that. All right, well this is all the time I have for you today. My name is Andersaucy. 谢谢你的观看. I don't know.
And now for our final course, whether it's the comforting dishes prepared by our grandmothers or the exciting treats from our family outings, food is an integral part of who we are. It shapes our upbringing, our traditions, and the cravings that surface time and time again. As borders get blurred and with more exchanges around the globe, the influence of foreign cuisines and the allure of fast food can sometimes overshadow the simplicity of home-cooked meals. So Connected spent a day in the kitchens of Taiwan's taste memory to learn about their mission to preserve the flavors of home.
这就是会说啊，那你吃饱了吗？台湾人本来就对于大家一起来吃饭这件事情是很，好像那个是存在在我们的民族天性里面。
就是我们想要串起，就是人与人跟就是世代之间连接，就是非常适合的一个切入点跟一个场域。
他们换地方，对，好久没来了。嗨，胡阿姨，好久不见。那时候还没有疫情，好像有四年了。
对啊，我就觉得很久了。
我是岛屿上的饭桌的发起人以宁，这个名字主要是因为我们最初一开始的时候，我们的计划是想要可以采访全台湾各地，然后各个族群的长辈的手路菜以及他们的故事。然后我们就觉得说，饭桌它是一个很特殊，然后有凝聚人心，然后可以让大家在上面就是交流的一个场域。那这些食物是怎么来？然后呢，得到这些食材人他们怎么料理，都是非常吸引我的。
哦，真的哦，所以本来就有
小时候没有做那么精致，都是整碗。
团队的人也都就是跟我有类似的经验，就我们都是吃可能阿公阿嬷或者是外公外婆的菜长大这样。我觉得我们就真的会开始觉得，有一些东西不去记录下来，就是真的很可惜。我们就想要趁着就是他们还有力气的这个时候，去记录下一些他们的身影以及这些故事跟食谱。
这个是一个大的句子，对，然后做一个小的，然后沾一点，记得吗？
当然，
沾一点这个油酥就抹在中间，
对耶，
啊，然后把它包起来，然后沾水。沾芝麻，那就下去烙。
先压扁嘛，压扁，然后呢，再拿这只小的去沾它。
对，
空气饼就是那个其实是胡阿姨就是个人独创这样，所以其实我以前也没有吃过。它会乍看之下好像不是那个最特别的东西，可是事实上就是你在吃什么的时候，就是配上它都不会觉得奇怪。
这个酸豆角，这胡阿姨自己腌自己做的。哇，你到底有什么不能做的？这个要拿出来。
做菜吗？不会，因为上面有2个哥哥2个姐姐，就排行老5，不太会做菜。做菜都是嫁了建村才学的，这样子。
你有说你一开始嫁过来的时候都吃不饱，因为你很想要吃。
对呀、因为我们客家的面食是当点心。对。我是从苗栗嫁来这边，我是民国60年考进铁路局，这莒光号小姐。就是跟着车子莒光号跑高雄、台北这样跑，然后在车上认识我的先生，所以民国64年就嫁来这个建国一村。我父母亲很担心，因为外省人家庭跟我们客家人的家庭的生活习惯完全是不一样的，吃的东西也不一样。婆婆是北平人，一个礼拜有3天或是4天都吃面食。我们客家人对面食是当点心吃，所以就有一点不习惯，所以吃了面食还要多吃一点饭，这样子才觉得肚子有饱足感这样子。然后我们家那边都是山嘛，嫁过来这边都是平原嘛，而且都稻田，看不到山。到每天到傍晚的时候，我就会很想念我家的那边的风，那个山啊那边。就会忽然间就会每天傍晚就是那热的那种感觉就会想要哭，所以哭了7、8年。他不知道，我都没让他知道。盘咸的一盘甜的跟要吃的把它装在碗里头。看你先吃。
下来这边第一个学做的是什么？
饺子，婆婆就自己擀饺子，我第2次就会。我看擀饺子的那个
小当家，
厨神。
婆婆在上班做菜，她就叫我说什么菜要怎么切，她回来再开始炒，炒的时候就叫我在后面看了就炒菜的顺序要放什么佐料，然后我就把它写起来做笔记。后来发现在做菜能够让我忘记很多事情，然后我就买菜啊买材料啊做给大家吃，这样就会把那不愉快的事情给忘掉这样子。然后我要把客家菜带进来外省菜这样子。融合一些外省菜，像梅干菜、肉丸子，就是我们从小吃的那个客家菜。好了，有汤汁的。哇！
感觉好好吃。阿姨，我的这个已经准备好了，这个就是拿来沾这个的。我已经准备好了。
我觉得这个就是因为那个回不了家，然后所以最后就会变成，我觉得那些乡愁，最后就是很多的时候就是用那些味道来去追忆跟去怀念。
我也接上，那后来
我也有跟长辈讨论过，说你们觉得什么是眷村味？因为很多老兵也不会煮菜，所以他们也是用记忆中在寻找家乡的味道。
我们今天要做肉丸子，他在说他这样晚餐就有着落了。练习泡用姜豆。我想说看之后泡。
其实岛屿他们来我们这边也有对我们这边年轻人造成一些影响，然后我们也在那1年之后开始做虎尾眷村饮食的记录。如果我们的眷村也可以有一本食谱的话，好像也是一件很棒的事情。我自己其实有跟眷村的长辈聊过，他们觉得我们的年轻人用自己的方式去传承眷菜，其实口味会改变也是有一定的成分在，但是重点是这样的手法，然后跟记忆还有口味是可以被顺畅的传承下去，是比较重要的。
做厨房那边呢？对，所以不太一样。
这边会很远吗？离你老家？
不会，就在正前方。
就在正前方。
饮食文化这个东西，它可能会被稀释的越来越薄，可是我愿意相信它会一直留在我们跟我们的下一代的基因。当他们有一天真的因为某些契机想要回头去看以前的人到底怎么做的时候，我们是否提供了这样的线索？对，那我觉得这个是我们想要也可以透过这个计划做到的事情。
后来就是也是开始做这个计划之后，就有就是在跟可能阿姨学啊，然后有时候自己也会下厨。
这个可以拿掉。好。
我觉得就是那种，在那个时刻，我会想起某一些菜的时候，我就会觉得，啊，这个就是来自他，比较像是小时候就是潜移默化的被他影响着的。然后只是直到就是某一个时刻，我突然意识到，这些东西其实都跟他有关哦，就又会觉得他好像还在。
And before we wrap up, the phrase, "you are what you eat," goes beyond just calories. What's on your plate often reveals more about your identity than anything else. We spoke to Bobby Chinn, a celebrity chef and a judge on Top Chef Middle East, who was born in New Zealand to a Chinese-American father and an Egyptian mother. Bobby has been influenced by a diverse array of cultures. Let's hear his take on the deeper meaning of food.
It's a hard job. When you're born as an Egyptian Chinese, you didn't really fit in the holes, and people were very critical of me. Chinese were critical of me. Egyptians were critical of me. It's like, I didn't really fit in anywhere. And so to do this job and to be critical of people that are doing something that it's like a profession that you do, it's a labor of love. So to criticize somebody for what they're doing is really, really hard. But I definitely wanted to test the boundaries and practice my Arabic and do the show, and that brought me into that whole genre of television. That is not something I've never really done before. And to understand the cuisine, you got to eat it. It's not like you can read about it. You got to actually go experience it. And so that just opened a whole new world for me. Because my understanding of the cuisine was quite limited. Even though I traveled and did all those shows in the Middle East, this was absolutely, more detailed and it's been something that I feel really proud about because it takes me back to my roots. That I'm going back to my mother's homeland and spending much more time there. So all of that was just it's just another chapter in a person's life that is inspiring through food.
It has been a pleasure having a seat at the table with you to explore Taiwan's ever-evolving culinary landscape. We look forward to bringing you more delicious and thought-provoking food stories in our upcoming season. It's been good to have your company. If you've enjoyed today's episode or have anything you'd like to add to the dialogue, do join the conversation on our social media. And remember, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay connected.